Hi, this is Corey Robertson, host of New Music Today, a proud partner of the WePodcast network. I've been in radio and media for a long time, and I am very excited to be back behind a mic and in front of a camera bringing you a very exciting new show. You might know that I was on 93.9 The River out of Windsor, Detroit, 96.7 Cheer FM out of Leamington and Windsor, as well as 100.7 The Rock from Windsor and Chatham, and 92.7 Country Music FM as well. Very excited to be bringing this new show to you where we will feature new artists. And that's what we're looking for. If you're looking to be featured on a show, how do you get your music out there? How do you get heard by key decision makers and influencers, music directors, program directors, record producers, and record labels? This is the place to be. We'll dig deep behind songs and have in-depth conversations with those influencers and decision makers. We'll have those same deep, in-depth conversations with artists like you. We'll talk about some pretty interesting stories and find out some things that you maybe never knew. I remember the first time I ever talked to Nickelback, and they had just come out with that brand new song that talked about what the hell is on Joey's head. Well, I couldn't help myself. That's the very first question I ever asked them. What was on Joey's head? And we had a good laugh about it. What I remember most about the interview, though, was that the band had pulled up in the afternoon and they had gotten out of an Escalade, and they all had their golf clubs with them, playing around a golf before the gig. So I wanted to talk to them about that and ask them. I remember asking Mike Kruger, he's the bassist, how's your game of golf? And he said, "Oh, it's a great game, and I'm really good." And and then all of a sudden it was late July, and thunderstorm season. Well, thunderstorms were brewing that afternoon, and just at the same moment that he says to me, "Yeah, my golf game is great," we get hit with the loudest crack of lightning and thunder that you've ever heard. Felt like it was right above us. Well, right on cue, Mike says, "Nope, I'm lying," and that was a sign from above that I actually am not very good at golf. And that was one of the fun things that I remember. So we'll get deep behind artists, what drives them and what influences. By the way, if you didn't know where Nickelback got the name from, again, Mike, bass player, used to work for a fairly famous coffee company based out of the West Coast, Starbucks. And so he was a barista there. And back in the days, his orange mocha frappuccinos were $4.95, and people would always pay with a $5 bill. You see where this is going? He literally, every single time somebody pays with a $5 bill, grabs the change from the drawer and says, "Here's your nickel back." And he said it so many times, it stuck, and that's where the name of the band comes, in case you didn't know. So if you're looking to be featured, you're looking to be heard, this is the place for you. We're going to get you in front of true music fans. We're going to get you in front of key decision makers, key influencers, music directors, program directors, as well as producers and record labels. We'll get behind the scenes, stages, and into the green rooms to see where the fun happens, and I'll talk to those industry insiders as well as the artists. And don't you worry, we'll have a little fun along the way with fun bits like this day in history. As I'm thinking about it, we're recording these promos at the end of August in 2017. It was August the 16th that Elvis Presley was found dead in Graceland in 1977. Well, it was actually his assistant that found him dead, and she was the one that made the call out for help. And as you can imagine, the word gets out very, very fast. Well, what maybe you don't know is that it is truly the first time that a star of that magnitude had passed away in a way that moved the national consciousness. It's the first time ever that you had this mass outpouring of grief to the point where radio stations were abandoning their formats. They were abandoning their regular scheduled programming and going to an all Elvis format for the next couple of days. And that's really the first time that you saw that mass outpouring that we see now on social media that you would have seen strictly on TV and on radio at the time. So we'll have a little bit of fun remembering things like that, and we'll be doing it all with call-in interviews, something you can be a part of, in-studio interviews if we can get you into the Essex County area. And if Joe ever lets me out of the studio, we'll bring the show on occasion out live on location and podcasting from, well, wherever they let us in. Send me a line if you'd like to be a part of the show. It's Corey at newmusictoday.ca. That's Corey, Corey at newmusictoday.ca. And of course, find us on the WePodcast network at WePodcast.ca.